Neo-traditional tattoos are one of the most popular styles of tattoo today. But what actually makes a tattoo neo-traditional? Neo-traditional has evolved from traditional tattooing, with neo meaning new, so it's like new traditional. Traditional tattoos known for their bold lines, simple compositions, limited color palette, and iconic subject matter. Artists began expanding on the limitations of traditional tattooing. This is with a broader color palette, more intricate designs, more detail with line work, a wider subject matter, and more dynamic composition. It allowed for a lot more creative freedom. The style itself sits between traditional and illustrative, and as you will see that there is a wide spectrum when it comes to neo-traditional. Some towards the traditional side, some towards the illustrative side, and then some just in between. The neo-traditional tattoos have expanded on the traditional color palette, which is generally just red, green, yellow, and black. There is no real limitations when it comes to neo-traditional. A much wider color combination, a richer tonal variation. You will see a lot of color blends and gradients throughout. When it comes to colors, there's another wide variation of what artists do. There are some that favor very vibrant palettes, while others use softer, more muted tones. You'll see the way the artists bend the rules in terms of color. They utilize it for highlights, shadows, everything. Some artists have their own distinctive color palette, sometimes working with just a few tones, and that completes their style. And while color is a big part of the style, you will also see black and gray neo-traditional is certainly not uncommon. In terms of line work, neo-traditional designs still tend to have those bold outlines that you'll see from traditional, but there is a much greater variation in terms of the lines used. Still keeping a lot of the thick outlines to frame the main subject. Artists will often vary line weights throughout their design. This adds a level of detail, complexity, and texture. Neo-traditional is a highly illustrative style. There are artists that really exaggerate their subject matter in terms of the anatomy, proportions, movements. It creates something that is just visually striking. Some artists really lean into the stylization and are really great at exaggerating their designs, while you'll see some other artists that lean closer towards almost the realism side of things. Many classic tattoo subjects are still present in neo-traditional, but there is definitely no limitation there. Although you'll find a lot of like flowers, snakes, daggers, skulls. In many ways, the subject matter in neo-traditional can go as far as the artist's imagination can take it. From your classic imagery to other subjects where you look at it and you're like, how the hell did you even come up with that idea? There's a strong sense of movement and energy with a lot of neo-traditional tattoos. Subjects often appear twisting, flowing, interacting with other elements. They are quite expressive. With many of these designs, because they allow for that level of intricacy, artists are able to compose the tattoo to perfectly flow and move with the shape of the body. And having these layered compositions, you'll usually have a main subject, a foreground and a background. It gives that level of depth. Even with all the added detail, neo-traditional tattoos hold up well when it comes to readability and longevity. With a solid color packing, bold line work, rich saturation, it ensures that the tattoos are made to hold up well over time. You can see a lot of these key components of neo-traditional across other styles. When you look at styles like Art Nouveau, you will see some elements in there that definitely reminiscent of neo-traditional. However, there's a lot more flowing lines, ornamental form, like decorative compositions, and tend to be a bit more of a muted color palette. They remind you of the kind of art that you would see hung up in a museum. And then we can go more towards like illustrative styles. They tend to lean further away from the traditional style and more towards, well, the illustrative. The neo-Japanese style, where artists are taking the traditional Japanese subject matter and they're adding their own neo twist to it. Neo-traditional tattooing continues to evolve as artists push the limitations of what we have previously seen. But at its core, the style still remains built on its strong traditional foundations. So if you're looking for your next tattoo artist, come on over to reap.ink. You can easily see all the artists around you and filter by style. Whether you want neo-traditional, black work, anything in between. Book your next tattoo, reap.ink.